Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. The SOR-556, or the SCAR, has quickly become my most used and my favourite weapon in Battlefield 6. Now I know SMGs and carbines are the meta, and there's people saying that you're an idiot if you're using an assault rifle or an LMG, but screw them, I like the assault rifles. So today I'm going to go over what I've found to be the best attachments to make the SCAR a fantastic primary to have in any Battlefield loadout. The SCAR really excels in mid to long ranges. If you're going in close range with the SCAR, you're going to have a bad time, unfortunately. There's just too much in the close range segment that will outdo the SCAR because it has such a lower end rate of fire. It is the second lowest rate of fire of all the assault rifles, only to the AK-4D, that's got the lowest at 516. The SCAR comes in at 568. This intrinsically gives it a great recoil pattern, and also it has one of the highest base precision stats of any gun in the game, so it's really good for sustained fire at that mid to long range. But for even extreme long ranges, I would recommend tap firing, as tap firing in this game is the best way to combat your bloom. I initially started building out the SCAR to give it as much range, velocity and stability as possible, and I was really trying to get that stability stat as high as I possibly could with using the more expensive foregrips. But then I realised the SCAR doesn't need it. You're in mid to long ranges, you can tap fire, it has a great recoil pattern at base, so just get rid of the foregrip. Do not use a grip with the SCAR. It doesn't do anything worthwhile. You're much better off putting your attachments in the other areas that you want to bulk out. For example, I'm a big fan of lowering my time to kill in any aspect of the game that I can. So for me, the headshot multiplier bullets are a must have, because the amount of times that you will 4 bullets someday at mid to long ranges because you get headshots thrown in, it comes up more than you think. So hollow points and even the synthetic, the hollow points boost your headshot multiplier at 1.5, the synthetics up to 1.75, and you'll start to notice that you just start absolutely melting people from across the map with the SCAR. Now these are heavy point investments, but as I said, we're not going to use a grip for the SCAR build, so if you've got a 30 point attachment that you want to put in elsewhere, then by all means do it. I'm going to show you what I've found to be the best, and I'm going to show you exactly what has been working for me. But by all means, use this as a template and then just add and take away what you see fit. But 100% from leveling the SCAR, I've noticed that it does not need a grip. The stability and the recoil pattern are that good that you don't need any grip. The only thing I would suggest is maybe an angle grip, purely for the ADS speed. But again, that's up to you. We can put on ADS speed in other aspects of the attachments. So I've got the thermal one, 1.5. I've also got the synthetic headshots, as I said, 1.75 headshot multiplier is great. I've got 30 rounds for fast, extended barrel, and also just a 20 point suppressor on there. Now what this allows me to do is have the SOR with lower reload speed, high velocity, average ADS with a 1.75 headshot multiplier. Now the thermal is a level 38 unlock, so you will need to use the SCAR for a bit to get it. I think thermals are going to be a problem, to be honest with you, because they are really potent, especially for what we're using the SCAR for, mid to long engagements. It's to completely declutter your sights and all you're seeing is enemies and sometimes fire. But until you unlock the thermal, I would say stick with 1.75 or 2 times sights. These are great for the mid to longer engagement ranges, and they really don't mess with your stability or recoil pattern, which you might find in other guns using 1.75 or 2x sights. Now the SOR has a great damage range profile. From up to 10 metres it does 25 to a body, and then from all ranges beyond that it does 20 damage, so there's no more range fall off. So at maximum it will be 5 bullets to kill per body shot. Any headshots you get will lower your time to kill, and especially if you're running any headshot bullets, like I've previously mentioned, your TTK will be even lower than that. But you're looking at 5 bullet body kill. Now a word of warning about using the thermal if you've got it, or if you do work your way to get it. You spend a lot of time scoped in with the thermal because you're actively seeking out targets. It's quite addictive to scope in the thermal and, you know, have that clear sight. It's great for modes like if you're defending a point on Conquest or Escalation, or if you're defending on Breakthrough, it's great to have. But if you are trying to be aggressive in any of the game modes like taking a point, or if you're attacking on Breakthrough, then you might want to switch to the 2x sight, which I've got here, as you tend to not spend as much time absolutely scoped in and kind of waiting for targets to come into your view. I loved the AK-205 in the beta, the Battlefield beta when it came out. It was an absolute laser and you could just hold down fire at any ranges and it was a headshot machine. Battlefield 6 launched and I don't know what they changed, but they changed something to it and it doesn't feel as good as it used to. The SCAR has been my replacement for this. If you want to get the AK-205 feeling back from the beta, use the SOR. It is such a laser beam, especially in mid to long ranges. You won't believe how easy it is to pick off snipers with this gun. Just some tips what to go for while you're leveling up the SCAR to get the thermal. Now, for me, as I said, you don't need a grip for this, so anything to help ADS time, anything to help muzzle velocity and reload speed are great, and then just pick a sight that you fancy. As I said, the 1.75s and the 2x's really shine with the SCAR for mid to long engagements, but reload speed, ADS and muzzle velocity are the things that you want to go for until you're able to unlock all the attachments like I have, and then once you hit level 38 you can put on the thermal, suppressor, extended mag with 30 rounds fast and just absolutely beam folk from all ranges. Now let's quickly just go over what class to pick for this gun. So I actually do play a lot of Assault because I'm trying to unlock challenges, but to be honest with you, the best class for this would be Recon, because it's got that intrinsic auto spot when you're scoped in, and especially if you're using a thermal, you're going to spend a lot of the time scoped in with your thermal, so why not spot enemies for this at the same time? So if I was to pick a class, I would 100% go with Recon for this. So there you have it, there's my guide for the SOR or SCAR, because it looks like a SCAR from Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully I've convinced you to give it a try. It really does come straight out the box. The only thing you need is a decent sight and you're good to go. As you level up, the more powerful it becomes. But that's it from me. If you're new here, please feel free to drop a like, comment or even subscribe. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6, so I feel like I'll do more gun guides. I've actually tried to level up the SL9 just now, because I feel like that's just a better PBW, but everyone is running the PBW. So once I get the SL9 up to a good level, I'll probably do a guide on that, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks very much for your time, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you soon for more Battlefield 6 content. All the best, cheers.